Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today we have open box for you, and I'm gonna pop this guy open and we're gonna take a closer look at a bunch of fun coins. I'm gonna start with showing you some large cents, and just so you know, because a lot of you ask and want me to keep score, I sent these coins in on the standard service. So the large cents that I'm going to show you, actually, I kind of included in the group because I was sending some coins out, and I just thought I'd rather send a few coins, and even though they're not as expensive, go ahead and get them certified and see how they come back, and just to see, kind of test the waters. You'll see overall the coin, you see a little weakness around the edges there. Nice date, that 1802. And love the ribbon on the back of their heads here. It's really cool, the earlier cents and half cents. That real kind of schoolgirl look that the design had, that the Lady Liberty had. I always kind of liked that. I thought it was kind of cool. So this 1802, got the good 6 from NGC. And overall, not a bad grade. I think it could have gone VG8, but it doesn't matter a whole lot. There's not a big spread on these coins as far as the overall price goes. It is a coin that I think in VG is about 150. I think a good 6 is probably 100, 125. So, but overall pleasing coin. Nice to find a coin with kind of a nice original look to it. One of the reasons I sent these large cents in was just because they just have a lot of nice, honest wear to them. This next one up is this 1813, and this is the next style, the classic head here. You've got really a strong Liberty. The way these were designed, you can just see how strong that Liberty stood out on the coin, and then some weakness around the rims, but overall the design is very strong. But if you just kind of start to see how much the coin has worn away, once again, it's difficult if you don't know what these look like in original higher grade. It's kind of hard to tell how to grade them. So, and that's true of almost any coin. See, the reverse of this coin looks like it's pretty high grade actually, because you have a ton of detail left. But then on that obverse, you had the lettering just kind of melding down, the date melding down into the rim. So this they called a VG8. Overall, a nice grade on the coin. I think that's about what I expected it to come back. It's about a $175 coin on that date in that condition. So it's hard to find these coins certified because not a lot of guys take the time to spend it to send in, a lower grade, good VG, fine kind of large cent. One of these days I'll remember what I'm looking at when it's right in front of me. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at this guy. You'll see in some similarity here between this cent and the last cent we looked at, and that is to say that there is actually quite a bit of detail left, but overall there's a ton of flatness to the coin. This guy here they called a VG8 also. So we got 3 different styles of cents that I sent in, and I will say this one I kind of thought it was more deserving of a fine than just a VG. There's just a lot more detail to it than on the other coins, and once again, it's not a coin that has a huge spread. This is about a $100 coin, as is the next grade up. I think it was only about $50 more than that. So, but it was kind of fun to compare the 3 different designs, and they all wear a little bit differently. What's interesting is the basic reverse design is, it changed, but it's similar from the second style to the third style, and then the obverse changed. So we've got 3 different styles of pennies there. Large cents. Sorry for all those who hate the British crown. All right, so next up, oh man. So this peace dollar, this is a pretty interesting coin. It has one of my favorite designs, which is to say that first year, that 1921 peace dollar had a lot going for it as far as the overall design goes. For those of you who are looking forward to the 2021 peace dollar design, I'm hopeful. Well, I'm not going to hold my breath, but hopeful that they get a nice high relief to it to get it to look decent. So this coin I sent in because I thought it would come back a nice mint state coin, just a lower grade. And the reason why it wouldn't be a higher grade is because as you look at it, it just has a lot of, it's kind of hard to tell here, but there's a lot of scuffiness going on. There's those scuff marks in front of the forehead, and then there's some gentle toning that hides some of it, but then the cheek has just a lot of little scuffiness. There's a couple bigger marks on there, and just overall I thought it would come back a nice mint state 63. Ta-da! Mint state 62 it is, right? So that's a coin that I thought was, and a 63 is probably about a $400 coin, and it's about a $300 coin in 62. Yeah, I mean, the reverse is really pleasing. The reverse has nice eye appeal to it, just a gentle tone, no real distracting marks to it. The obverse, like I said, it's got just a couple marks over there that stopped it from being a higher grade. I still think it should have been a 3, but there's not a lot to complain about. I did not think that it was a gem state coin. All right, now speaking of complaining, let's take a look at this 1949. I very rarely send in Franklin half dollars. You'll see this coin has a kind of a larger mark to the right, and other than that, the rest of the field is pretty solid. A couple of contact marks there on his forehead. The reverse is strong. There's there's some marks throughout it. And now that we're looking at it closer, it's a little bit deceptive. I want you to see those bell lines at the bottom. See how strong they are? So I sent this in because I thought, well, I can get a full bell line, and overall, the coin is really sharp. Not just from a strike standpoint. When I say sharp, I also mean the overall grade of the coin I thought was really high compared to a lot of the 1949 Denver Mint coins that I had seen. For those of you, I didn't mention the Denver Mint, but the mint mark on these guys is above the bell, below the E. There's a nice strong D for you for Denver. D is for Denver. That's good enough for me. All right. So I'm disappointed in this one because a 63 should just be kind of an average looking coin, either from a technical standpoint or an overall eye appeal. It should just be a kind of an average looking coin. I've had a lot of these. I sent this in because I thought this coin is at minimum a 64 and a shot at a 65. I figured the mark here on the right would keep it from being a 65, but I thought, hey, it's worth a shot. So I was a little disappointed to get a 63 out of it. This guy, I don't know the grade offhand or the price offhand. A 64 is about $100. This is probably half of that or something. But a 65, has a big jump up to $300. So overall, not as happy with that one. We're going in the Wayback Machine next to look at a pre-Civil War seeded dollar. Man, this is just a great looking coin. I like it when they get that nice steely tan gray color to it. A lot of honest wear to it, but so many of these coins have too bright of a look because they simply have, over the years, either they were polished or cleaned, or just from being in someone's pocket. I mean, it naturally gets kind of a bright look if it was spent a lot. And so overall, this coin has a nice look to it. You'll see once again a difference in the overall strike from one side to the other. If you look at how much detail is left on the eagle, there's just a ton of detail on this coin. And you see the big O there. This is from the New Orleans Mint. Not that I have to say that with an accent, but apparently I do. And then you'll see from how strong that strike was, there's lots of detail still here in the folds of the dress, but you look at how flat that shield is and how flat the forehead is. Overall, VF30, Nice coin. I think the grade is fair on that. It's a nice middle grade coin. And VF30, let me see, this guy here I think is, what is it, a $200 or $300 coin? Now I can't remember. I had made some notes here. I think it's more than that. I think it was like 300 to 400. I think because it splits, because the gray sheet doesn't have 30, it has like a 20, and then it has a 40. So, and I think the spread was more like $300 to $400. It's just kind of fun if you like history, and if you don't necessarily collect these guys. What a fun coin to have. New Orleans, 1859. I mean, imagine what that place was like then. All right, we've got some fireworks coming up here in a second, but not yet. First, I have another large dollar with a lot of toning to it. Well, the last coin I wouldn't have called toning. Like this just has an overall worn look, whereas the trade dollar has a little bit more of a toned look. It kind of has some type of toning over the top of the actual steely gray color. And if we want to compare it to the other coin, once again, it's a different design. So you say, how can you compare it to the other coin? Well, as always, we're looking at the overall details that are left on the coin. And so you can actually, if you look at a lot of coins, just kind of take a quick glance at something that you're not familiar with and kind of give it your best gut test. So this is an 1876 from the San Francisco Mint. There's the nice S mint mark on there. Interestingly enough, this coin's almost the opposite of the other one, whereas the other one had a really strong reverse and the obverse was kind of weak. This one, this eagle, is pretty strong, but nowhere near as sharp as the eagle was on the other one. In the meantime, you've got this obverse that has just a ton of detail left on the hay bale there, the wheat bale, the In God We Trust. NGC called this an XF45. Once again, that's a coin that has doesn't actually have a listing for XF45 in the gray sheet, but it has an XF40 and an AU50. But this is probably close to a $300 coin in this condition. But I'm super excited to show you the last coin, even though it is a 1945 Mercury Dime, but it is easily one of my favorite coins that I have had in a long time. This coin has the it factor, and the it factor is it is hard to photograph. Here we go. I'm actually going to adjust my light just a little bit here to see if I can get something better for you guys to see the overall look on this coin. I know some of you guys don't like toning as much or aren't that into toning, but I totally understand how toning becomes an obsession for some guys, because a nicely toned coin, an originally toned coin, it's just so hard to come by something that is unique, has a real nice look to it. This, what they will call target toning, or sometimes they call it bullseye toning, but where you actually have the color kind of go from the exterior to the interior in a target pattern. That is something that's really incredible. Now this coin, it's hard to say that you're disappointed with a Mint State 66 full band. Honestly, I thought it could get a 67. And where's my star? Right, there's no stars upon ours right there. So, I don't know what constitutes a star anymore. I do know that the market's going to love this coin. Like, this coin will go on eBay, and MS67 price is like $100 bucks. I think it'll sell for more than that, just because it's a stunning coin. MS66 price is probably like a $35 or $40 coin just as a generic grade, but all in all, this coin is just stunning. So anyways, I'm really happy about sharing this coin with you, because it's going to find a new home and someone's going to love it in their collection. So anyways, there you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.